Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, shared a picture on Twitter showing Formula One racer Daniel Ricciardo a bit of the F-150 Lightning prototype. It has a comparable headlamp to the production EV pickup, aggressive-looking wheels and tires, and a blue and white paint scheme. Ford has come up with an intervention of making an all-electric pickup truck. The idea has finally been manifested into the practice, and Daniel Ricciardo seemed to have approved it when the CEO made a sneak peek of this truck to him. What is Ford 150 Lightning? The Ford F-150 Lightning is a full-size, all-electric pickup truck. It is propelled by two permanent magnet synchronous AC motors positioned in the front and back of the car and has a combined output of 775 pound-feet of torque and 452 or 580 horsepower. Depending on the trim level, lithium-ion batteries have 98.0 or 131.0 kilowatt-hour capacities and are liquid-cooled. There are 4 different Ford F-150 Lightning trim levels: XLT, Pro, Lariat, and Platinum. This vehicle includes an onboard charger with an 11.3 or 19.2 kilowatt-hour rating as standard equipment. Due to the absence of mechanical components that would deteriorate over time as they do in conventional internal combustion engines, the Ford F-150 Lightning's transmission is a direct drive in both variants. This eliminates the necessity for a differential gearbox. Features and performances. The Ford F-150 Lightning has the coziest interior. Almost everyone would find this vehicle to be the ideal convenience for long-distance travel because of its interior's luxurious upholstery. There is an updated long-range battery with a 300-mile range available. The larger battery has an optional 80-amp Ford Charge Station Pro, although you don't need one to keep your vehicle running. Any 120 or 240 volts home outlet will work to charge the F-150 Lightning. While a battery may be fully charged overnight by a Ford Charge Station Pro, a household outlet can slowly charge a battery and is ideal for topping off a truck at home or work. The Ford F-150 Lightning will transport you anywhere and everywhere. The first look. Ford is developing a top-secret vehicle that will go at light speed. Following last week's news that Ford and Red Bull F1 would collaborate for the 2026 season, Daniel Ricciardo paid a visit to the carmaker in Michigan on Wednesday. This year, Ricciardo rejoined Red Bull as the team's backup driver and was mostly responsible for testing and advertising. At Pontiac, Michigan's M1 Concourse racetrack, he met the Ford Performance crew. He had the chance to look at a couple cars there and drive a racing Mustang. The two were pictured next to an F-150 Lightning truck with its front corner covered in a sheet as part of a unique project that Ford CEO Jim Farley teased him about on Twitter. Little is seen, but it is evident that the truck has been changed. It has new front bodywork and wheels, and something that appears to be a wing behind the cabin is protruding through the sheet. With a graphic that featured an F-150 silhouette with various other electric vehicle concepts it has produced, including a 1,400 horsepower version of the Mustang Mach-E, Ford previously teased the car during its F1 announcement. About the photo that included Formula One driver Daniel Ricciardo and Ford CEO Jim Farley teasing an upcoming car, Ford has responded to Teslarati with an explanation. After a lengthy absence, Ford has finally returned to Formula One. Following the announcement of its involvement in the sport, it featured drivers for the Red Bull Formula One team showcasing Ford goods. The most exciting image was of backup driver Daniel Ricciardo hinting at an impending car. Jim Farley, the CEO of Ford, and F1 racer Daniel Ricciardo are seen in the Instagram photo inspecting a car covered in a black tarp. About Ford and his upcoming vehicle. A new EV performance demonstration preview was hidden in a news release about Ford and Red Bull Racing joining up for a 2026 F1 entry. If you were uncertain about the car's identification, Jim Farley, the CEO, has now confirmed it will be based on the F-150 Lightning in a recent tweet. Daniel Ricciardo, the third driver for Red Bull Racing, got to view the electric vehicle. We'll have to wait a little longer for the rest of us. The F-150 Lightning is already in production and has a dual motor system that produces 580 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque. It can reach 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds. Ford is a proponent of electric cars' potential for high performance. Look farther than the Supervan 4 with 1972 horsepower or the 7-motor Mustang Mach-E 1400 race vehicle. Both of those one-off designs serve as moving billboards promoting the Blue Oval brand's vision of EV performance. It now looks like a high-performance Ford F-150 Lightning will join them. The electric F-150's outline is clearly visible, but how can we know that? The Lightning is Ford's lone electric pickup, so we'd say it's pretty apparent, given that the event's headline reads EV Performance Demonstrators. The powerful ideas around the mysterious Lightning also led us to believe that it may have a horsepower rating of greater than 1,000. After all, the infographics' other examples of 4-digit horsepower vehicles include the Mach-E 1400, Supervan 4, and the electric dragster with a 1410 horsepower Mustang Cobra Jet. It is not the first high-performance EV prototype constructed on a truck, as Ford unveiled an F-100 Eliminator at the 2021 SEMA show with a powertrain taken from the Mach-E GT Performance Edition. Remember the outrageous Mustang Mach-E 1400, which boasts 1,400 horsepower. If we're talking about the fast electric crossover, two more thrilling one-offs are seen in the slide below, including the Mustang Cobra Jet 1400 racing vehicle and the more contemporary electric Supervan with around 2,000 horsepower. Let's remember how potent the standard F-150 Lightning already is. Indeed, the 480 of Ford F-100 Illuminator prototype included in the infographic fell well short of the 1,000 horsepower level. The two electric motors in the EV pickup's most powerful version produce 580 horsepower. Imagine if the Ford Performance team is tasked with creating an even more shocking electric F-150. A Lightning with more than 1,000 horsepower is quite plausible because of this. Fleets around the nation are already thinking about converting to electric cars, either to get ahead of zero-emission regulations at the state or federal level, or to benefit from what should be a cheaper total cost of ownership with electric cars. Compared to a 2.7 liters EcoBoost F-150, Ford believes that the Lightning Pro may save maintenance expenses by up to 40% over 8 years and 100,000 miles of operation. The Lightning Pro and the retail versions of the electrified F-150 that Ford unveiled last week don't really differ all that much. It has a 4-door Super Crew cab and a 5.5-foot bed, just like the retail version. Customers can use a conventional or extended range battery with the Lightning Pro. When fitted with the optional towing package, the regular range version's maximum towing capacity will be 7,700 pounds, while the extended range version can tow up to 10,000 pounds. The normal range truck's maximum output is reportedly 426 horsepower, while the extended range truck can produce around 563 horsepower. Both variants feature a dual-motor, all-wheel drive arrangement. Ford has a powerful 1-2 punch in the draw to electrify the business sector with the Lightning Pro and the e-Transit van. The Lightning Pro will have Ford's business telematics software, which makes it simpler for fleet owners to maintain track of the location, charging state, or health of their cars. This is a significant distinction between the commercial and retail versions. Ford's fleet management software will also assist operators in resolving some of the more unusual problems that can arise when transitioning to electric vehicles. As an illustration, some employees drive their company-owned automobiles home at night, fill them up independently, and then get paid for them. Ford might assist in setting up home chargers for those employees, according to Purdy, but it has also included a feature that enables companies to pay for employees at home charging expenses. With that much power, the Lightning can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour, 96 km/h, in under 4 seconds, exceeding Ford's initial prediction by more than half a second. Given that the production model is already suitably swift for such a massive and heavy truck, one is left to wonder what the demonstration will be able to do. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if it did, remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Stay tuned for upcoming videos. Till then, goodbye.